are going to talk about creative ideas for social media posts. So let's begin the slideshow and go for it. Every Wednesday, 10 a.m., we do different training around social media, and it has been asked by a few of the store owners to look at the type of posts to do. So I thought what I would do today is I would get some inspiration. So I've looked at some overseas paint companies and the type of things that they are doing, and then we're going to end with some general social media campaigns that have worked around the world, just generally, not paint related, but just for inspiration. They are clever campaigns that have worked well. So, creative ideas for social media posts. The first company we're looking at is an American company called Sherwin-Williams. They're a big paint retailer, and their concept is that they come up every year with a Color of the Year campaign. So each month they have a Color of the Month, and they promote it on social media, and then at the end of the year they choose one of those 12 colors as their Color of the Year. They create a dedicated social media campaign around the Color of the Year, and here are some of the things that they feature: before and after photos. So they show rooms that were probably quite drab and how they have been transformed with the Color of the Year. They also curate color palettes featuring the Color of the Year and the other complementary colors that would work with that Color of the Year. So it's quite similar to, we've got those palettes and universal paints like Garden Exotica and Villacasi and all of those. That would be a similar type of thing that we could feature and show how the colors work well together, something like that. DIY projects are always great. They show some simple DIY projects using the Color of the Year, like painting a piece of furniture or an accent wall, which always works well. And then finally, they make a lot of use of user-generated content. So what is user-generated content? It is the content that your followers, that your customers create around your store or your color. So, for an example of this would be Universal Paints Boksburg, who had the stall at the Christmas Village at Empress Palace. And what they did was they asked people to post a selfie at the stall with the hashtag UP Boksburg or Universal Paints Boksburg, and they got loads of people. There was a prize involved, and they got loads of people who took selfies, posted it on their social media platforms with the hashtag. Because they used the hashtag, it was easy to find their pictures, and that is what is called user-generated content. Now, you could get permission from those people and repost those pictures, or you could just leave it because those people are now posting those pictures on their social media accounts. All their friends and family and people who follow them may end up seeing that, and these people may not even be a follower of the Universal Paint Boksburg Facebook page itself. So it's user-generated content is very, very powerful. Let's have a look at some of that. So on their website, Sherwin-Williams have this Shared from Real Homes section where they actually post some of the social media pics that, looking at these pictures, it looks like they were Instagram pics. So they feature the name of the account, and they actually showcase it on their website, which is quite a cool idea. And they use this hashtag SW Color Love, so it would be Sherwin, SW for Sherwin-Williams. But they also use generated content on their Facebook page. So here on their Facebook page, they put up this post here, which says, have you used a Color of the Month shade in one of your projects? Post a photo in the comments. And then there were 15 comments and 33 shares, which is very, very encouraging for them. and quite a lot of likes as well. And then here are some of the comments where the people posted their pictures. So they posted a picture and said what color they were using in the picture. That is user generated content. It's fantastic because the minute somebody engages on your post, whether it's a like, whether it's a comment, or whether it's a share, the minute they do any of those things, they start to see more and more of the posts from your page. So all of these people will now see more posts from the Sherwin-Williams page because they have commented. And likewise, the people who've liked and the people who've shared. So user-generated content is very, very precious. Right, the second case study is Benjamin Moore. Also, I think it was either American or Canadian or both. They use a concept called the Get Inspired series, and the way they execute it is they regularly post visually appealing images and videos on their social media channels. And they feature the following things. They feature color trend predictions. So they showcase upcoming color trends with stylish room scenes. So they'll choose a color and then they'll show actual photographs of that color being used in different rooms. They also make use of seasonal color palettes. Once again, that's similar to our Garden Exotica and that whole range. They curate palettes for different seasons. So they use warm and cozy colors for autumn or bright and airy colors for spring. It's just it's an idea of how you can use colors in a social media post. They also show short video clips with interior design tips and tricks, such as how to choose the right paint scheme or how to paint a room like a pro. And I have this TikTok example here, which we will post this link in the weekly email that gets sent out, and you can have a look at it. This TikTok video just shows how they highlight a certain color from their range and how it can best be used and what colors work with it, etc., etc. This particular video is pretty professional, but you can do a simple copy of this type of thing. You can show a video of the paint color, like when you're mixing it in your store, you could show it, maybe put a slosh of it on a paint board or something, and then maybe walk through your color cards and say which colors would work well with it. That type of thing. Any kind of paint advice is a great social media post. And it doesn't have to be long. A minute is more than enough. Next is Farrow and Ball, another paint retailer. This is a British company, and they come with quite a different angle. They focus on heritage and craftsmanship. They emphasize the quality and the history of their paints, that their social media often features that. Their social media often features the following. They feature behind the scenes content. So they show their paint making process and the craftsmanship that is involved in their particular process. They do collaborations, so they partner with interior designers and architects to showcase their paints that are being used in stunning projects. This is quite fun. At the moment, Universal Paints does have a influencer who is busy, I'm not sure if he's building or renovating a home, and he's using Universal Paints, and he is posting it on his personal Instagram post. He's got a ginormous following, so that would be a collaboration. And in bringing this down to store level, if there is an interior designer or somebody, even one of your customers perhaps, someone in your area who is prepared to do like a DIY post for you, a little video or something like that, that's always really cool stuff to promote. The nice thing as well is they promote it, not only can you use their post, they'll share it on your page, but they'll share it to their own people as well. So if you can work any collaborations like that, that is awesome. And then Farrow and Ball also focus on specific colors. So the interesting thing is that all three companies have a focus on colors. Farrow and Ball, once again, have a slightly different angle. They highlight the history and the inspiration behind some of their most iconic paint colors. But it just is, it's interesting that all three companies have quite a big focus on color. And I think DIY people love any advice on color. One of the collaborations that Farrow and Ball did was with a local artist in their area, where they said, join us in our Battersea studio on Thursday for an evening with, and I've cut off her name by accident, where she'll share the inspiration behind her work and how she uses our paints to bring artistic vision to life. So it's quite interesting that an artist uses their paints. So those are just some ideas. Other ideas, which we may have spoken about before last year as well, but just because you've asked for some ideas, storytelling is the number one thing in social media. If you can tell any kind of story, no matter how simple, that speaks volumes. It speaks more than all the product and price and those kind of things. It can be a story about how you started your business or why you started your business. It can be a story about one of your clients and how they're using your product and how it's worked out for them. It could be anything like that. It could be a story that one of your staff members tells about, how they've loved working at your company or what their highlight of the day is. Anything like that. But stories are the bomb. Then behind the scenes, people love to see the people behind a brand. So anything like showing how you mix your paint, walking through the store, showing what is where in the store, highlighting a certain product, anything like that, or a certain color or brushware. Behind the scenes is always fantastic. Somebody's birthday, show a video of you all singing happy birthday to that person. Customer spotlight is a good idea. Of course, this would have to be with the what's the word I'm looking for? Permission. It would have to be with the permission of the customer. So, and it would generally, you would do this with a customer that you've already got a good relationship with, and they could share how working with you helped them do their renovation or whatever it may be. You would also then tag that customer, and once again, their friends and family see it. And a similar thing, you can feature, like perhaps every month you feature a different staff member, for a couple of months. Your employees will love that. They will probably repost it on their own social media. Again, you would tag them, and again, you would obviously have their permission to do that. But those are just a few simple ideas. All right, let's look at some inspiration now. These social media campaigns are just they're simply just to inspire us. They've got nothing to do with paint, but they are campaigns from big players that have worked really, really well, keeping in mind that these companies have huge budgets. But often watching these things just triggers good ideas. So Dove soap. Dove soap has become a household name, particularly with women, and it's all because of their Real Beauty campaign. It started in 2015 with their Evolution video. If you just go onto Google and you Google Dove Evolution video, you will see it. It shows the video of a woman who has got no makeup, she hasn't done her hair, and she's looking straight on at the camera. And then in sped up time, they show how the makeup artists do up her face so she looks almost like somebody else, how they do her hair so she's looking amazing, and she's already looking beautiful, but then they show how Photoshop then comes in and completely transforms her even further. They elongate her neck, they make her eyes look bigger, they change certain things in her hair. It's ridiculous. So this very normal woman becomes some iconic billboard poster that is completely unrealistic and unreal, and how women are trying to compete with these unrealistic expectations. The, the video went viral, and Dove became embraced by women because of this real beauty. Natural beauty was the whole thing. They then went on in 2017 to a Speak Beautiful campaign, where they basically encouraged people to embrace natural beauty. And once again, women really resonated with it and really took it to heart. The result, in the Brand Relevance Index, Dove remains, and this article was written in 2022, Dove remains the most relevant brand in the household and personal category, and its lead increases every year. Dove's score for customer obsession puts it in the top 10 of all brands. The brand has created a strong emotional connection with its customer base. It's nice to think that real beauty wins out in the end, isn't it? And look at this picture of this woman below. So this is Dove at its best. Withered or wonderful, every woman is going to click wonderful. Very inspiring campaign that has had huge results for Dove. Next, another big player is iPhone. And what they did was they created the hashtag Shot on iPhone. And in 2015, Apple encouraged users to post photos they had shot on their iPhones as part of a competition. And the prize wasn't big money for them. It was a chance for their work to be featured on one of 10,000 billboards across the world. So it wasn't even costing them anything more than their advertising budget. They would have put up billboards anyway, but now they were using basically user-generated content. Shot on iPhone, hashtag shot on iPhone. In 2017, they then opened an Instagram account and kept the hashtag shot on iPhone momentum going as an organic advertising campaign. It's generated massive amounts of user-generated content. They say that in 2022, Shot on iPhone had over 16 million entries on Instagram alone. Clever marketing using your customers. And then a fun tongue-in-cheek one, the New South Wales Police started their memes social media campaign. They found that their social media was going absolutely nowhere, and let me read it to you. Police officers and a meme team, two concepts that don't usually go hand in hand, but New South Wales Police took over Facebook in 2017 and have proved a reliable source of shareable content ever since. Initially, New South Wales Police sought to counteract Facebook's ever-changing algorithms and ensure that content would be seen by their existing audience, because most of the time, only up to 6% of your following will ever see your content. So they wanted to try and make this better. They pivoted their previously serious social posts to a more sarcastic and satirical tone. Not only did they maintain their existing audience, but they wound up reaching a whole new audience that police often struggle to reach, that is young people. Their strategy is grounded in community engagement and making police officers more approachable. Their Facebook page now has over 1.2 million followers, a record for an official police Facebook page. So the first meme over here, they've got an indicator, and it says underneath, if you ever feel ignored, just imagine being an indicator in New South Wales. Would work in South Africa as well. And then the second one is just a fun one as well. You can't get speeding if you're not speeding. Pro tip. So they took a humorous angle, and it really worked for them. In a country like South Africa, we have to be very careful with our humor, just because there's so many different cultures and we don't want to offend any one culture. But look at brands like Nando's and how well they have embraced humor and how well it is working for them. So that's some inspiration, some tips, some case studies. I hope that it has inspired you in some way, and I'm sure that we will revisit creative ideas for social posts again sometime in the future. The main thing is, when you create your social media, have fun. The more fun you're having, the more fun your followers will have. The more authentic you are, the more they will enjoy you. Please don't forget to give us suggestions of anything that you want to know about social media so that we can continue to give you what you want. Thank you, everybody. Look forward to next week, Wednesday, when we do our next session.